In this presentation, we'll see about the sequence diagram. This presentation consists of what is sequence diagram and then communication between the objects. First, the sequence diagram. An interaction diagram shows an interaction consisting of a set of objects and their relationships, including messages that may be dispatched among them. A sequence diagram is an interaction diagram that emphasizes the time ordering of messages. Graphically, a sequence diagram is a table that shows objects arranged along the x-axis and messages ordered in increasing time along the y-axis. A collaboration diagram is also an interaction diagram. A sequence diagram have two features that distinguish them from collaboration diagrams. These features are the object lifeline and the focus of control. An object lifeline is a vertical dashed line that represents the existence of an object over a period of time. Objects may be created during the interaction. Their lifeline starts with the receipt of the message stereotyped as create. Object may be destroyed during the interaction. Their lifelines end with the receipt of the message stereotyped as destroy. The focus of control is a tall, thin rectangle that shows the period of time during which an object is performing an action either directly or through a subordinate procedure. The top of the rectangle is aligned with the start of the action and the bottom is aligned with its completion and can be marked by a return message. Here in this figure, at the top there are the objects named as C, which is of client type, whereas the object of transition is anonymous. Similarly, there is one more object called as P, which is of type ODBC proxy. Following is the collaboration diagram of the above sequence diagram. Now, communication. When objects collaborate with one another, they interact with one another by passing messages from one to another. In a system with both active and passive objects, there are four possible combinations of interactions. Number one, a message may be passed from one passive object to another. Number two, a message may be passed from one active object to another. This is a inter-process communication, and there are two possible types of communication. That is, one active object might synchronously call an operation of another, and the second, one active object might asynchronously send a signal or call an operation of another object. This kind of communication has a mailbox semantics, which means that the caller sends a signal or calls the operation and then continues on its independent way. In the meantime, the receiver accepts the signal or call whatever it is ready, with intervening events or calls queued, and continues on its way after it is done. This is called a mailbox because the two objects are not synchronized. Number three, a message may be passed from an active object to a passive object. And number four, the message may be passed from a passive object to an active object. In UML, a synchronous message is rendered as a full arrow and an asynchronous message as a half arrow, as shown in this figure. Here The messages initialize is a synchronous message, whereas the messages place partial solution has a hint, start search, k.evaluate. These are the asynchronous messages. That's the end of this presentation. Thank you.